A lot of traders think the dangerous moment is the drawdown. Sometimes it is, but honestly, for a lot of people, the more dangerous moment is right after recovery starts. Because when you start getting back to break even or back to positive, emotions come back in a different way. And that is where a lot of traders make the next big mistake. When you are down, the emotion is usually fear. When recovery starts, the emotion changes. Now it is relief, impatience, sometimes overconfidence. And that is where people start doing things they should not do. They close too early because they are scared to lose the recovery. Or they push too hard because they feel like, okay, the worst is over. That is the real point here. Drawdown tests your patience. Recovery tests discipline. Because now the question is not just can you survive being down? The question is, can you recover without breaking the plan? And that is much harder than it sounds. This week, I had exactly this situation. First, the account was under pressure. Then it started recovering. And that sounds good, of course. But this is exactly the moment where many traders interfere too much. They want to protect the recovery too early, or they want to accelerate because now they feel better again. Both are emotional reactions and both can damage the process. The first mistake is protecting too early. You are so relieved to be back near break-even that you start cutting things just to feel safe. Not because the plan says so, but because you want emotional relief. The second mistake is pushing too hard. You feel like, okay, now it is working again, so you get more aggressive, you feel more confident, you take more risk and get less patient, and that's also dangerous. But you have to remember, the goal is not just to get back to break-even. The goal is to get back without breaking the structure. That part is very important because if you recover, but you do it by interfering emotionally, then the lesson is wrong. You are not building consistency. You are just reacting, and reacting is exactly what gets traders into trouble again and again. And of course, quick note, this isn't financial advice. I'm just sharing my own process and risk approach. So what should you do instead? Stay calm in both directions, not only when you are down. Also, when things start getting better, do not interfere too early. Do not get greedy just because you feel better again, and do not confuse relief with clarity. Sometimes the best thing you can do is simply let the plan play out the way it was designed to. This is also one of the reasons why manual trading makes this harder, because after a bad period, every next decision is emotional. Then after recovery starts, every next decision is emotional in a different way. Now you feel relief. Now you want control. Now you want to lock something in. With a more structured, automated approach, it becomes easier to stay consistent. Not because it's magic, just because it removes a lot of emotional interference. If you want to start simple, I'm giving away one free EA. It is one of the strategies I use and show here. And if you want the broader portfolio idea behind this kind of approach, this is exactly the direction behind Do It Multi-Strategy Pro. Not just one strategy trying to do everything, but a more structured portfolio approach with stronger word rails. So the main idea here is simple. Being down is dangerous, but recovery can be dangerous too. When things start getting better, do not rush. Do not get greedy. Do not interfere just because your emotions changed. Recover, yes, but recover without breaking the plan. See you in the next one.